In this video, I want to do something a little bit different, and rather than talk about all the craziness that's going on in the world, I like to briefly describe a dream I've had numerous times in the past few years, and I'm just wondering if anyone else has had this kind of dream. And the reason I thought it might be worth mentioning is I ran across an older verse that a lot of us are familiar with, which is in Joel 2:28, and it reads, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions." That verse was, of course, referenced in Acts 2:17. The part I want to talk about was the old men shall dream dreams. And I'm not saying that this is something that happened to me, but the old man part is accurate. And it'll be determined if what I'm dreaming repeatedly is actually what is to come. But here is the dream I keep having, and many of the images and videos that you'll now see are AI, unless I otherwise mark them. And that is primarily because it was difficult to find real images of what I dreamt. But here's the dream, and let me know if you had a similar dream to this, or if you want to talk about another dream you have had, please mention that in the comments. So in the dream, I'm standing on approximately the 7th or 8th floor of a tall building that's near the shoreline, and there are other people around me. Although this particular image has them also looking out the window, that's not what happened in my dream. It seemed like other people around me are just going about their own business, and whatever that might be. But in the dream, I'm looking out the window and I see a massive, and I mean massive, tsunami about to hit the shore. And I've always had the impression that in this dream, this is happening on the east coast of America. In some of the dreams, I end up having a more ground view, or water level view, I should say, of what's happening. But most of the time, I'm looking at this from just a couple of 100 yards back and maybe 100 feet up or so in a building. And I also remember that the building itself is almost entirely glass. Now, to reiterate, I'm not saying this is any kind of dream of something that is to happen, but it always seemed weird to me that I keep having this dream over and over again. Roughly speaking, it happens every few months, several times a year, for the last number of years. So my question is if anyone else has had a dream of a tsunami hitting the east coast of the United States, and perhaps even if you've had that dream multiple times. But like I mentioned a moment ago, if you do want to talk about another dream you've had a lot, or just a very realistic dream that's bothered you, or something that you want to talk about, please leave that information in the comments as well. So that's all for this short video. I just want to mention this dream. And again, I'm not saying this is a prophecy of anything to happen. It just seemed really strange that I've had it so many times over the past few years. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.